So we went to Italy for our honeymoon. A lot of things went wrong.
You gotta cry at least once every day when you're on your honeymoon.
Thankfully, this guy is so jacked.
I hurt my back.
It's cute.
It's just so cute.
So freaking cute. Hello, I'm Glory. This is Alex, and we're finding Glory. Today we're going to talk about our honeymoon.
We just got back from the trip of a lifetime.
We went to Italy.
Everyone always asked us, where are you going to go in Italy? And we replied,
Everywhere.
Here's a list of all the places we went on our honeymoon. We're going to rank these, and we're going to get into it, go day by day. We're going to talk about what worked, what didn't work. It was my first time in Europe. Both of our first times in Italy. Many good memories, but also this is kind of like a travel guide because there is quite a few things that went not according to plan as well.
Yes, a lot of things went wrong, but a lot of things turned out great in the end. It was a really good learning experience for both of us. Let's just say that. And
yeah.
I feel like there were moments where it really tested our relationship and our marriage. We just wanted to share our experience with all of you.
What day should we start with?
Day one. Milan!
We landed in Milan and we immediately got on a train and left Milan. It's not on the list. Come on, guys, pay attention. Actually, everything that happened in Milan was wrong. Our plane was delayed by 2 hours and we had a train to catch in Milan and we were not going to make that train. So, travel tip number 1, if you're going to take the trains, download the Trenitalia app, and if you're catching a train from a plane, make sure it's a flexible ticket, because that's what we got and we were able to reschedule, and we only really lost an hour in the end. But that's not the only thing that went wrong. We were so excited to get on our first Italian train.
We saw someone get pickpocketed, like right away. As soon as we got on the train, we see some commotion happening. The girl's running and a guy catches her and is like, give her wallet back.
Wallet falls on the ground.
Wallet's on the ground.
Keep your stuff safe, guys. We got lucky.
Watch out for pickpocketers.
So where did our trip actually start? We took the train straight to Venice. Venice is a beautiful place. Don't let anyone else help you with your bags. Doesn't matter if they're wearing an orange vest.
Yeah.
We didn't need them. That's 10 euros out the window.
Yeah, you can just carry your own bags to a water taxi.
There's water taxis everywhere, right there.
Just down the steps.
Just go get a taxi.
Once we got on the water taxi, the view and the ride was just amazing. Probably one of my favorite parts of Venice was just soaking in the view on a water taxi.
They're very expensive, but if you have a lot of bags,
It's
just
worth
taking a
it.
taxi once.
Yeah, because when we passed by like the public transport, which were
Vaporettos. They're basically water buses.
It was like packed, like sardines. I just feel like that would be a nightmare.
If you have the money to spare, it's a bit extra, but take a water taxi. It's a beautiful way to enter Venice, see it first time. A nice start to the honeymoon, apart from the pickpocket. And
once we got past all the stress.
By the time we got checked in and dropped off our bags, we pretty much just went straight to dinner, and it just so happened to be National Carbonara Day.
Yeah, spaghetti carbonara.
And some limoncello shot. It was exciting to be eating food in Italy for the first time, although I will say, I know that you go to Italy, you get very excited for the food, but in Venice, it felt like it was very hard to get away from the tourist designed food, and it was very hard to find authentic food there.
Yeah, well, also, I'm allergic to shellfish, so I feel like we couldn't really take advantage of the specialty of being surrounded by water and having good seafood and like shellfish and all that.
I wouldn't say go to Venice for the food. I'd say go to Venice because it's cool.
It's cute. It's very cute. It's so freaking cute. Every single corner we turn, it was super cute.
Too much cuteness.
Oh my gosh. And it's not really sketchy at all. You could do it at night and it's fine. Just make sure you have comfortable shoes on, because I made that mistake. Though they were cute shoes, I was very much in pain by the end of it. Day 2 and 3, we explored Venice. We walked around a lot.
We did all the major sites.
St. Mark's Square. We saw the Basilica and Doge's Palace. It was the first of many beautiful basilicas we saw in Italy. The thing that stood out with this one was the mosaics.
The whole thing looked really cool when we entered, but then we actually went up top and got closer to the ceiling and the wall and the art and everything that was there. And that was when we realized the whole thing was a mosaic.
That was really cool.
That is a beautiful building to be inside of. If you go to Venice, it's a must-do. And of course, right next to that is Doge's Palace. We checked that out. That's just kind of full of frescoes and paintings on the ceiling, on the walls.
What was the coolest thing we saw there?
The prison.
The prison.
Yeah.
What? No. Me? Never.
On the second day we were there, we actually went island hopping. If you have the time for this when you're in Venice, we suggest you go to Murano and check out the glass makers there.
Yeah. We saw the cool demonstration of it.
We saw glass art.
We saw glass art.
If you have time, you can go a step further, like we did, and go to Backgroun.
It was super cute. We saw the colors of the houses. The government actually decides what color you can paint your house. You can't, like, choose your color.
One of the last things we did was a gondola ride, which you have to do, especially if you're honeymooning in Venice, Italy.
Right. Unfortunately, that was a very underwhelming experience for us. This guy charged us 120 euros for a special gondola ride.
If you pay that much, it's supposed to be like 40, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
We gave him cash, and the first thing he did was say, I need to go get change. You stay here? Obviously, I was like, well, can one of us, I'd like to come with you, I think. You have a large portion of cash from us. And he was very disrespectful about that. He found that to be rude, but I didn't care. Like, I went with him anyway. He went really fast, and I actually had to sprint not to lose sight of him. I'm just trying to be safe, you know, just in case. And he goes, you're on my boat. Where am I going to go? And I was like, maybe you're just dressed as a skipper. I don't know. I mean, we tried to move past that, and he goes, where are you from? And we said, Los Angeles.
He's like, America. Bad country. And then he proceeds with his gondola ride, and it was just super awkward from there, like not very romantic. And it was really hard for me to just get into like a calm romantic mood afterward. I just felt like kind of uneasy. I know you were trying really hard to just enjoy the moment.
I was like, babe, be romantic with me. And you were like...
No. I was enjoying the views, but the skipper like sold himself as like a really good tour guide and was gonna like give us all these facts, and like he like barely talked, so it was just like awkward silence.
The worst thing was he dropped us off, ended it after about 20 minutes.
Yeah, but we paid for like a 45-minute ride.
Venice is a tourist city. You will get ripped off. Just be ready for that. It's a really cool place. Just be ready to spend a lot of money. And don't put it on a pedestal, you know?
Yeah, I think we were just at least I was very hyped up about the gondola ride and like making that the grand finale of our Venice trip. And then the fact that it was underwhelming put a damper on our view of Venice. This guy was helping me make the best of it and reminded me to just soak in the views and enjoy it.
If we were to rank Venice, and I think some people might be surprised by this, where are we putting it, baby?
I think we put it at 8 out of 11.
Number 8. And that's just because we personally didn't have the best experience there.
But I know a lot of people love Venice. I mean, we still think it's a beautiful city and just one of a kind in itself, being that it's surrounded by water and there's no cars, there's no roads.
That's one of the best things about it.
Yeah.
It's just walking around Venice because there's no traffic. It's just a very beautiful, very cute place to walk around. So you get lost in the corridors and the alleyways. It's just so cute!
So freaking cute! Corner is beautiful.
Day 4.
Day 4 was definitely one of the roughest days, especially for me. Bless his heart. He put up with my craziness at the car rental.
Day 4 is when we picked up a car. We were going to begin driving across all of Italy.
So when you pick up a rental car, make sure that you have a credit card with the same name as what the reservation is under.
We didn't do that.
This guy...
They could not give us a car.
Yeah, so I had to cancel that reservation and rebook. But by that time, the prices for cars were like 2-3 times as much.
It was twice as much.
It was ridiculous. So I had a little moment I'm not so proud of, but...
We were stuck there for 4 hours just trying to figure out the best solution. The solution in the end, I will drive stick across Italy.
Yeah, because the manual cars were much cheaper.
Thank you, God, for my experience driving manual.
So anyways, we were on our way to Gardaland.
I'm a big amusement park fanatic. There aren't a lot of them in Italy. We went to the biggest one, which was Gardaland.
Yeah.
And we were only there for like 3 hours.
But luckily it wasn't too busy, so we actually got to knock out like all the big rides.
And we probably had the best food of the whole trip there. And they were selling tornado burgers, basically a hamburger. And that was probably the best food I had in Italy.
It was the worst.
What it was a bun, and then it was a hamburger, and I think there was ketchup on it, and then there was a bun on top.
We're not gonna add this on.
And that's the tornado burger. Gardaland was fun. I mean, it was short and sweet.
It wasn't a big deal in the end that we were 3 hours behind schedule.
Yeah.
We were still able to enjoy ourselves after the whole stress of getting a car. Now go through the circle.
Can I go all the way around? It's the least honeymoony thing that we did, and it was really just for me. Thank you, baby, for accompanying me to that. And that is last on our list.
Yeah, we'll put that at the bottom.
It was fun. It was kind of everything I wanted it to be, but probably the experience that we value the least from our whole trip. After that, we went to Bologna.
Bologna!
So we were actually driving to dinner, and suddenly the roads got like really, really skinny and cobblestoney and full of things and chairs and tables and umbrellas and bikes, and it was kind of impossible to drive through.
Yeah.
And then I realized ZTLs are a thing. A ZTL is a limited traffic zone. Most historic cities in Italy will have ZTLs. Google doesn't know about them. You need to do your own research.
If you find yourself driving on that kind of street, you're probably in a ZTL and you probably shouldn't be there.
You are not allowed to drive in a ZTL unless you have a permit. You will get fined. They have cameras.
They'll find you and they'll fine you.
Go to the city's website. They will have information usually about where you can safely park and walk through the city.
Yeah. Bologna has the best food.
People in Italy are like really intense about food.
It was crazy.
That guy was like really big and he was just standing over us like this,
like
making sure we got our order down like immediately. I'll take the Frigione, please. Frigione! That is onions, tomatoes, sugar, and salt. You want that? That's my makeshift Italian accent. It's not very good.
No, I was like telling him how stressed I was. They're just very passionate about their food. So it's like when you order, they're just like,
well,
yes.
We were late, so the kitchen was closing, so the pressure was on us. This was kind of our first time actually ordering Italian food correctly, so we were like, we outed ourselves as tourists so quickly. Every time, everywhere we went, everyone just immediately switched to English. We don't know what we're doing.
Parley Inglese. But it turned out great because, you know, the food we got was amazing and we enjoyed it very much.
I had some beef tagliatelle.
I had the green lasagna, which was the best.
It felt like, okay, now we're eating our way through Italy. Day 5, we continued our food tour of Bologna.
We got our cappuccinos. They have matcha cappuccinos, which is amazing.
Oh, we made sure to stuff our face entirely in Bologna. We made sure to do breakfast, lunch, we got gelato, we got bread and oil to take with us. We only had a little bit of time before we were going to take off on our way to Florence, but we made sure to maximize our food experience in Bologna.
We were stuffed.
We got tortellini, cheese.
We got cheese, we got mortadellas.
We got Frigione.
Anacotta. Definitely set the bar for good Italian food in Italy.
I recommend if you're going to any of these places in Italy, see if you have a friend or an acquaintance or something that knows the area that has recommendations for food, because we had someone who recommended many places for food.
Yeah.
We never got stuck in a tourist trap unless we wanted to.
It was amazing.
We also checked out the Duomo, and if you don't know what a Duomo is, it's basically just a really big church.
Cathedral.
It's kind of like the town square. If you want to explore a town in Italy, you're going to check out the Duomo. The only one we had seen at that point was St. Mark's in Venice, which is smaller. I staggered backwards a little bit going into the one in Bologna. It just hit me.
It was massive. The altar was beautiful.
There were all these individual chapels in there with different artwork and different sculptures.
Didn't you cry at that one? Was that the one you teared up?
You got to cry at least once every day when you're on your honeymoon.
Collectively, we literally cried every single day on this honeymoon. It was just like a beautiful mix of tears of joy, tears of laughter, tears of frustration. For the most part, it was joy and laughter.
I'm crying 'cause I love you.
So we're ranking Bologna at number 6 because of the food.
It's some of the best food you'll ever have. Okay, then we drove to Pisa, same day.
Pisa. It was just a quick stop, maybe like 30 minutes.
Yeah, we had 30 minutes. We took some dumb pictures and then we left.
Yeah, we just took ridiculous pictures. But if you do have more time to spend there, you could go up the Tower of Pisa. There's a church there.
We only left ourselves 30 minutes.
We didn't have time.
We walked up to it and then we left. There's not much else to do in Pisa, so that's number 10.
At the end of the day, we made our way to Florence. Had to meet up with our Airbnb host.
Oh man, that Airbnb. We were kind of in this central area of Florence, which was great for walking distance. But one travel tip, which we did not do, is pack lightly. You can't always drive to where you're staying if you're staying inside the ZTL.
Right.
You want to be close to stuff. The cobblestone streets, the lack of elevators. We had to climb up 3 flights of stairs. We had 2 massive bags. If you can find a way to travel lightly, this kind of thing will be much easier for you.
Yeah, it was a lot of stairs. Thankfully, this guy is so jacked.
I hurt my back.
He carried
but we'll get to that.
He carried all of our luggage.
So we stayed in this place for 2 nights, which gave us 1 full, complete day to spend in Florence.
It was a jam-packed day. Just, a heads up when you're walking on the streets of Florence. It's crazy. The moment we opened the doors from our Airbnb onto the street, it was just like people, cars.
There was a
everything.
van coming straight at our face.
It was
and it
insane.
wasn't even. It was even on the sidewalk.
The sidewalk is like this wide.
We got ourselves some breakfast, and then we went and saw the Statue of David.
It was massive. The art in Florence is incredible. Definitely something to experience. Yeah.
One of the biggest things you can do while you're in Florence is check out the Duomo.
Yeah. It looks super cool from the outside.
Yeah, the skyline of Florence, you can't miss it. It's like, BAM! Duomo! Fun fact, that church was actually built on top of an older church. I recommend if you go there, you get inside, you get the ticket that allows you to go under the Duomo.
The underground part was probably the coolest thing.
It's a dig site. You can go in and see the ruins of the old church that was built in like somewhere between the 4th and the 6th century.
Let's talk about the line to get to David.
This was kind of our first time in one of the major cities. We had to deal with some pretty big crowds.
If you are claustrophobic like me, it's not ideal to be in these big crowds.
We recommend the markup price for skip the line entry tickets to a lot of the major attractions.
Yes.
Like the Statue of David, like the Duomo. The Duomo line went out the door and all the way around the building.
Yeah.
And the building is huge.
It's massive. It's like a whole entire block.
It's more expensive, but it guarantees you entrance, and it's a lot easier to plan your trip. Other than that, make sure you get some Florentine steak while you're there.
Florentine steak.
Go find some wine windows.
Oh, yeah, the wine windows.
They came back during COVID. You can ring a bell, and they'll give you some wine through the wall. It's crazy. You can just drink it there on the sidewalk. No one cares. We even had some cops walk by, and I was like... And then they didn't do anything. The last thing you should do is go to the Piazzale Michelangelo and watch the sunset.
Beautiful.
It's a postcard view.
Super gorgeous. Just make sure you're willing to fight through a crowd of people to get a nice view.
Anyway, that's Florence. We pretty much took off the next morning. Where do we rank Florence, baby?
I think it's number 5 on our list. It's on the upper half. We did enjoy a lot of it.
I definitely felt fulfilled in our day in Florence.
So by this time we were ready to take a break from the crowds.
We began driving down into wine country. This was kind of like a Tuscany road trip day, so we stopped in Siena.
It's very hilly, so just be prepared to walk up hills. I think this one had like escalators going up.
Yeah,
to
they
the
had
hill,
escalators from the park.
Thank God for those escalators.
Their Duomo there had a really neat library that was dedicated to one of the popes.
Yeah, with the paintings and the books with the songs.
Music and sheet music. It was kind of like a mini Sistine Chapel in there. Anyway, Siena was a really short trip. We only had like 2 hours there, and we continued our way.
We went to Pienza to enjoy some cheese. Love cheese.
They are known for their pecorino cheese there, which is sheep's cheese. We only spent like an hour there. It's super small. You don't need more than an hour.
But the views are gorgeous.
You can see Montepulciano in the distance, which we actually ended up buying a wine from there. We loaded up. We got some blueberry pecorino cheese. We got truffle pecorino cheese. We got pistachio pecorino cheese. We got truffle salami, and we had our bread from Bologna, crackers, cantucci, which is like this crumbly bread thing. It's really good.
We had like the raspberry sauce.
Oh yeah, we got like this raspberry
syrup.
sauce. Yeah. We had a feast the next day.
Oh hi, I didn't know you were gonna be there. Come on in. So this is our home for the next couple days. That's where we sleep. That's where we sit. And this is where we poop. And that's it. That's our place. Thanks for, yep, okay, bye.
We checked into our Airbnb. It's kind of like a retreat space.
Yeah.
They have a restaurant there. They got free breakfast. And they had a very nice hot tub where we got to sit and watch the sun go down. This was one thing that we knew going into it, planning it. We're going to need some rest days.
Yeah.
If we were to do again, probably would have planned more rest days. Here's a tip to any aging early 30s with possible future back problems.
With back problems, yeah.
Get out of the hot tub slowly. Apparently this is a thing. The temperature change when you get out of a hot tub, your back can tense up. Within an hour of getting out of this hot tub, I was like this.
You couldn't even stand straight. It would take like 10 minutes to get from the bed, and then
it was probably all the walking and all the lifting, you know, luggages up 3 flights of stairs.
What's wrong with you, babe?
Let's go see what's over here. I appreciate being videoed right now.
What?
This was kind of scary because it seemed like I wasn't going to be able to enjoy anything else in this trip. Luckily, the next day was our do-nothing day. We had this beautiful Airbnb on the countryside where we could just sit and do nothing.
we had breakfast that morning and we took a little morning walk to the pond, and we realized they had a whole farm back there with a bunch of animals, and that was the first time I've ever seen a donkey in real life. It was the coolest thing because it was Palm Sunday. It just so happens to be the day that Jesus rode on a donkey to Jerusalem, and so we felt like God's presence was with us that day.
Fun fact, did you know that there's a cross on the back of every donkey?
Yeah, it's true. We got to see that in real life, and I was just in animal heaven. Like, I loved it.
The goat was not happy with us.
The goat hated us. Oh my gosh.
It's mad at me.
After that, it started downpouring, but we got to relax inside, all cozy, with our charcuterie and our wine.
Mm-hmm.
Watch it out the window, blanketing.
I loved it.
The rolling hills.
Yeah, it was just the most beautiful thing.
We needed that.
We definitely needed that day, especially with his back. Thankfully, to our surprise, was a little massage hut with the best masseuse. She was like the sweetest lady.
She knew exactly what to do.
She was like a wizard.
And I'm not exaggerating.
Yeah.
God worked through her. This was an answered prayer. I sat up at the end of that massage.
Felt fine.
No pain. I enjoyed the rest of the honeymoon.
Yeah,
Like, did not get in the way.
He was like walking normally after that.
Let's put the link in the description for this place.
10 out of 10, recommend this place.
The next morning, we actually continued our wine country adventure. We had a private wine tour.
We had a van pick us up with a driver.
And they took us to Montalcino.
Montalcino.
It's this little hilltop town with a castle with a fortress that we explored. Basically, they took us to 2 wineries, and we got to know there's this really famous and prestigious wine there called Brunello. We learned how it was made, how it's aged, and we tasted some of that. We also tasted some olive oil, too.
Yeah, they have like real olive trees in the front of their winery. Who knew olive oil tasting was a thing?
Yeah, it's a thing. We also checked out a monastery built in the year 1000.
Our tour guide was really cool too. Like, he was just filled with a lot of cool information.
A wine tour is a great way to see the place without having to drive yourself.
Especially with all that wine you're tasting, because
Glory here drank the wine.
oh my gosh. I don't really drink much and I'm super lightweight, so That wine tasting was enough for me to get a good buzz from it.
That was that was some of the most fun we had.
Yeah.
We kind of bundle all 3 of these days into wine country or Tuscany.
Yeah.
And for us, that's number 2 on our list. We can confidently say that this was one of the best parts of our honeymoon.
Yeah.
It was relaxing. It was beautiful. It was fun. We laughed.
We cried. Tears
You gotta
of
cry
laughter.
at least once.
So I think we'll end it there on a good note, since this is probably gonna be a real long video. So we'll keep this as part 1. We'll do a part 2 video.
Days 10 through 16 in our next video. I hope this was interesting to you. I hope we had good advice.
Tune in to part 2 if you want to know about our Rome experience.
Yeah.
Rome. Where else did we go? Sicily.
Don't tell them. Matera. Check out part 2 if you want to know where we were when Pope Francis passed. And if you want to know what ranks as number 1 on our list.
Subscribe, hit that notification bell so you'll know when the time comes, and check it out.